Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and welcome back to Fenix Sim A320 in easyJet colours on flights from Manchester to Berlin. In particular, Macco Sim Manchester and Aerosoft Berlin Brandenburg. Today, so got out an hour and a half flight time today, pretty good. ATC slowly building up in Europe at the moment, so more and more traffic should hopefully come online as the day progresses. I think, well, Berlin is active at the moment, hopefully it's online after 3 minutes, so yeah. Good chance we manage to get 80 on the other end. Manchester well, slowly building up on aircraft departing out to Ljubljana. Not sure about the airline though, bet. Not heard of these guys before. But yes, so flying the Airbus A320, hour and a half start home today. Should be a pretty good flight, and yeah, let's get in the cockpit and set everything up. Fast batteries come on, solar power available. Also, happy weekend guys, finally Saturday. Unlike myself, who has to go to work later on today. Yes, work in public services. God, I love it. I don't mind too much, I really don't. Nicholas, how you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat. Welcome, hi, welcome Thompson, welcome Paul, welcome Alfie. And also everyone else in chat who spoke before I started streaming, but had no access to the messages. Right, so, set everything up as required. Stop how available IRS sets, arm the emergency lights, no navigation device set to position 2, strobe automatic, current supply is active. No smoking on, and then we'll do the seatbelt sign as soon as we have fueled. You have to go through self-tests, like does that, run over to the tablet and get that up and running. So, Phoenix, import from SimBrief, not on SimUpdate 10 beta yet. Kian, I have heard good things, but I am just still on SimUpdate 9 at the moment. Figuring out how to get on SimUpdate 10, I'm sure I'll try to do that at some points. Right, ground status shielding position, mass and balance, let's load the aircraft up. So, that's our planned everything from the SimBrief, apart from had passengers, because that uses first class cabin, which we're going to see what we're going to use. That's all fine, we'll use the numbers later. So load the aircrafts, we'll run it alongside PackX, gives the proper passenger simulation. So, Manchester to Berlin Brandenburg. Going for a flight U2-18905, 35,000 cruise, 1 hour 40 on the clock. Departure in approximately 25 minutes. Flying an A320 with 168 passengers, no Wi-Fi or entertainment. We've got some easyJet safety briefing, which we shall be using. Yes and snacks, no to meals, custom cars are required, flight numbers will continue. And with that, passengers can start boarding. Thank you very much. Morning Sniper, how you doing? Yes, ho, using the Phoenix today. Not too bad, Springbok, not too bad. So far so good from my end, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. So now that we have got a load sheet available, I can just quickly grab that from here. Accept and return. Accept and return. Go to the flight plan page for now. Right, initialization. So we're flying from Echo Golf Charlie Charlie to Echo Delta Delta Bravo. We will plug in our flight, well, got our call sign today, so we're Easy 18 Lima Echo. Align our IRS. Cost index is 20. Cruising altitude today at flight level 350. Our zero for center gravity, our zero fuel weight is going to be 61.3. And our center gravity, we'll grab that from the load sheet. .0. And block fuel on board today is going to be 8.5. Perfect. Over to our flight plan. I should greet the passengers first, then plug in our flight plan, and then continue the rest of the setup. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is easyJet flight 1895 from Manchester to Berlin Brandenburg. Pattern today is approximately 1 hour and 40 minutes, just in the final stage of preparing the aircraft that should hopefully be airborne in the next couple minutes or so. Weather looking pretty good in Berlin at the moment. If we look at the temperatures on arrival, we're expecting to see 70 degrees centigrade with a few clouds in the area, but no current reports of rain. A little bit windy, a little bit gusty, but we'll give an update for the weather once we approach our destination. Thank you for using easyJet, and we hope you enjoy flights on board today. Thank you. So that'll go up to the passengers. Welcome, Eliza, how you doing? Moin, Mita Kulu. Have a good weekend, Springbok. Thank you. I am working today and tomorrow, so it won't be too bad. It won't be too bad. Next is going to be Canada, Monday, Tuesday, 37, 38 degrees centigrade, pushing up to 40. That's going to be a fun one to deal with. First waypoint, Samba. From Samba, flight uniform November 859 to Hon. Then it's Papa 155 to Sivda. Papa 137 to Redfart. Lima 620 to Tatcha. And it's direct to Oscar Sierra November. Followed by direct to Buttel. Tango 207. Ooh, good question. Right, so 5311 or 2490. Buttel. There you go. Buttel is 5211. Yes, sorry, 5311. That'll be the correct one. Buttel, we fly Tango 207.
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your large carry-on items in
Ogba.
overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. If you have trouble finding a location
And with
for
that,
any of your carry-on
our
items,
flight plan is
please use the
complete.
flight attendant call button over your
So there's no seat at the moment at Manchester.
After you put your
Although we have another
carry-on
easyJet on our
items
right hand
in
side.
overhead bin and it is full,
Airbus A320 BA. Another easyJet on our right hand side, also flying to Berlin. Very good.
also be sure that the
Our
aisle is
departure
clear
runway
now,
is
so that
scheduled
way
to
other
be
passengers
runway
can
23
see the
left,
aisle.
and we'll be departing on the Samba 1 Yankee departure.
Row. Please review the
So I'll plug that in
education
and announce that
responsibilities
on
in the
our
provided.
Unicom.
Please make sure that
So
you are
23
able and
left.
willing to perform these actions. If you're
Samba
not,
1
please let a flight
Yankee.
attendant know so that way you can be reseated. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text
So
messages if you need to,
that's...
but we ask that once you depart from the gate, you put away any laptop or
has
tablet.
the IRS aligned yet? The answer is no. No chance to that. So as soon as the IRS aligns, we'll have a chance to quickly go through our flight plan, make sure everything is plugged in correctly. Sync line weather and calculate our departure performance. So it's V1 150, rotate 150, V2 152, flaps 1, flaps 1059, and our thrust reduction is at 1 to 20. So I'll put that into our FMS now. Just 150, 150, 152. Transition should be correct, that's fine. 1220. Stroke, and that's minus. Stroke 1220. That's 1, and flex then was 59. Cool. Is that? I know at least in TOLIS, if you're doing up or down, it's 1 / like -1 or 1 / actually if it's up. Is that how you meant to do it? So 1 / down 0. Is that how you meant to do it? Ah, okay. Because I know at least in TOLIS aircraft you can just put like a minus for the up or leave it blank for down. If you plug it in manually like that, then that's handy to know. Cheers, Noah. Appreciate it. Departure time Dutch is in about 18 minutes. Departing 0930 Zulu today. At least that's our scheduled departure time. Passengers still boarding, so can't turn on the fuel pumps or start the APU just yet until the aircraft finished fueling. The RS is another minute or so to alignment, so we'll leave that to run in the background. Oops. must say, I do quite like the Macco sim scenery here. Yeah, Macco Sim Manchester, highly recommended. If you want to get yourself a piece of Manchester scenery, definitely pick this one up. Finished match a couple of weeks ago from Gatwick, and I will say, yeah, what scenery is pretty much spot on to real life. There's the other aircraft, of course, no Airbus livery, so obviously no I can find liveries today. My view on is Amsterdam Centre, very good. I'll talk to you in a bit, dude. Right, RS aligned, so we'll go through our flight plan. So, flight plan, step.
We're ready to go when you are.
No brakes, nothing particularly out of the ordinary. Descent, and then into our final waypoint. We'll go into Berlin.
Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 40 minutes. Now that the cabin door is
jump into Berlin, is it? Okay, roll. That's our flight plan, happy with that.
Large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all
right, let's listen to the weather for information for today.
Prepare doors for departure, cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all calls.
Winds 310 variable 270 to 340 at 4 knots, visibility 10 kilometers, temperature 16 degrees Celsius, dew point 11 degrees Celsius, altimeter 10 26, overcast layer at 2,100 feet. Winds 310 variable 270 to 340 at 4 knots, visibility.
Right, so that's our 8s for today. Set the altitude 35,000, cruising altitude. You can hear sneezing in the background. I'm sure I turned off the it's sneezing. Yes, I did. It's another sound of something that's popping through. Right, so that's all set. I think we are now finished the boarding process. Yes, we are. So we can turn on the seatbelt sign. Fuel pumps on, and APU we can start. Not yet, I'm afraid. Dutch, no IVAO 8 just yet. But do stick around, as I know that IVAO are close to releasing proper ATIS. That'll be coming soon. That was just Discord doing it for me. Yeah, the comments are a bit faster today. Sunny, yes, I'm not quite sure what happened with the chat, but I'm hoping it's a bit faster now. Afraid I'm at work tonight, Unique Gamer, so unfortunately I'll be unable to join it. I'd love to if I wasn't working. Is that hot in England? Your vacation in India, temperature 48. But I don't know, is India as humid as the UK? I mean, I guess it is, to be fair, being a peninsula by the water. We're on IVAO 80 at the moment, Thompson. It is currently Unicons, no active control at the moment. Destination Berlin has active ATC, so we speak to Berlin on the way in. Amsterdam controls come online, Amsterdam radar, so we speak to Amsterdam once we're also overhead there. But yeah, slowly, it is building up the ATC now. Getting ready for quite a busy weekend. Right, so last thing we need to do is set up our Unicon for departure. So, runway 23 left. Departing on the Samba 1 Yankee departure. Transition altitude is definitely not 10,000, it's 6. And yet stand 8. And our taxi route to get to the runway. Let's grab the ground transport for Manchester. So runway 23 left, it's going to be over here. So we need to escape via Papa. So push back onto Lima, taxi down Lima onto Papa, crossing runway 23 right. So Lima, Papa, cross 23 right. Gets this on to. Yeah, it's going to be so Delta Zulu Tango. Do we cross at Bravo? There's some uniform, which is probably better. I'm sure it's still sneezing in the background from flipping this. Why? I don't want that. Turn you off for a reason. Don't like it. Right, yeah, so okay, I'm going to change my route site. So we go Papa, no. Okay, so Lima, Papa, Bravo. We'll do. So Lima, Papa, Bravo, cross 2-3 right, and then Bravo takes us to uniform, holding uniform 1. So uniform 1 will do for that. Cool. So as far as I'm concerned, we are now ready for push and start. So big lights on to let ground crew get ready for startup. APU is available. Master bleed, APU bleed switch on. Solar power disconnects. Aircraft should now be secured. Stairs have been moved. Aircraft is free from ground. Ready for ground power units. So now quickly. Ground services. GPU disconnect. Chocks and cones removed. We're on the parking brake. Let's push back, shall we? So now it's our intention to push back. Pre-plan push. Let's get out of here, shall we? Let's try and get ourselves in a position where we've got the entire road behind us as well. Cool.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
Bring my phone in. The pushback planner is an add-on, yes, Jack. That is Toolbar Pushback for MSFS. Apparently not compatible with the Fenix, but so far I'm yet to have a problem with it. Oh, they've pushed back, have they? They didn't announce it. That's a problem for me now. I'm going to have to sit in position while I wait for them to move. Thanks for that. It's appreciated. Should be using a Unicom there, but you're not.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed. The parking brakes are set. You may lift. Parking brake set.
My one pet peeve with this network, people who don't use Unicom. Don't use Unicom, I don't know what you're doing.
We are cleared for start and push. Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
And that's what I'm going to listen to now. I'm going to have to listen to release parking brake, release parking brake, release parking brake constantly while I wait for them to move. They just held position.
Please release
What are they
parking
doing?
brake.
Just held position in the most awkward spot possible.
Please release parking brake.
I'm just going to have to wait here and see what they do.
Please release parking brake.
Yeah, this is going to be tedious.
Please release parking brake.
I know how to use parking brake, Zach. I just need to wait for the traffic behind us to move, basically. Just ram into him. I may have to at this point.
Please release parking brake. Please release parking brake.
All over the frequency. This up for us, okay. I mean, he should be communicating on Unicom.
Parking
He's
brakes
not
are
doing it
released.
correctly. He's not doing it correctly.
Commencing
Shouldn't be on the
pushback. You
network.
can start the engines in sequence.
Right, let's push the
You will
start.
start in the sequence.
Wait until we cross. Okay, moving now. Still hasn't announced his taxi intentions. So it's not really what he's doing. Right, engine 2
Ladies and gentlemen, please
starts.
direct your attention to the screens for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures of this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened,
Oops, fuel flow starts.
and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards
Right,
you
good
to start
starts.
the oxygen.
So things masters
Put the
available.
mask over your
Okay,
nose
pushback
and
completed.
mouth.
Please set your parking brake.
Hold in place with the
Engine
strap.
brake
Parking
set.
brake set.
Pull on each side.
Engine available. Engine available. Engine 1
Put on your
starts.
own mask before helping others. If we land on water,
Ground.
take the
You may
life
disconnect.
jacket under your seat.
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been
I'm just going to sit there now,
removed
Izzy.
side. Have a good flight.
Together.
Holding position, waiting for the visual. Thank you
Right,
and
fuel flow
goodbye.
starts.
Inflated inside
Temperature
the aircraft.
increases. Engine 1 increases.
Inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table
Got
must
a
now
cover
be
message.
stowed,
Should
armrests
clear that.
down, window blinds open, and
That's
seatbelt
to AOC.
We wish you a pleasant flight with easyJet.
Proceed with low sheet. Yeah. Welcome, Marianne. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. How are you doing today? Just joining. Very, very good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, engine 1 should now become available. Where is it marked? Perfect. Right, ignition switch off. Do a quick flight control check, starting off with the elevators, the ailerons, the rudder, and the spoilers. Cool. AP comes off. Taxi lights on. Now it's our taxi intentions. Parking brake released. Flaps down to 1. And let's taxi. Nope, it's freeware jack. I'll drop a link to it in chat for you guys. Toolbar Pushback it's called. There you go. Take cruise throttle and let's taxi. Zoom in slightly to get more of the ahead of me. Let's run the departure path out. Make a right, so we're going to make a left onto Papa. Yeah, right onto Bravo. Now let's press it to max. Spoilers armed. Take config test. Take on config normal. We are good to go. Right, going to cross over at Bravo. to hold position 23 right. So visual check the runway. Runway is, and what they're doing. They just cross over, so that's fine. So, cross over ourselves.
The cabin is ready for takeoff.
300D managed trim. Do you? I always thought the aircraft was auto trim. Where'd you get the trim then for the 320? So where's the trim reference? Down zero. Okay, fair enough. Right, we'll hold short the runway and we'll do a quick trim. I know where the trim is, as in where do I set the trim at? So if it's down 0.1, that's what I'm looking for. Cheers, Majestic. The trim wheel is always in the same place in every aircraft, ever. Right, so hold uniform 1, and was it our trim? Right, so yes, yeah, there's okay, so there's a little arrow there, a little triangle indicated. It's down 0.1, so come out of that basically. Come out that. Alright, the other aircraft are lining up 2-3 left, so we'll hold position, they'll depart. We'll go away about 2 minutes or so from their departure to our own departure. Welcome, Drax, how you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat. How didn't say, dude? Off they go. Yes, it was my mother. Right, so taxi into position and holds. Brake release. Landing lights on. Transponder set. Cabin crew, seats for departure please. Seats for departure. There's parking brake, that's pretty handy. Running in IVAO, not VAT sim, and nope, this is not beta 10, this is standard sim update 9. Ooh, Drax, promoting piracy, thank you very much. You can go bye bye. Right, hold position. The wait's around, well, they passed about a minute ago now, so a minute or so until we'll be able to have our intake clearance. Basically, we'll create spacing between us and the traffic in front, and because they're also going to Berlin themselves, we need to have that separation in place for the arrivals. So we'll hold position, we'll wait the 2 minutes out, and then we shall depart. Okay, to take off the page, you can see what your country sets to. Whereabouts, sorry? That's what was set. That's what we've requested. That's one trimmed down -1. And a flight control page. Okay. Trim set to. There you go. 0.1 down. Perfect. Right, let's do it, shall we? Throttle's 40. Engines 1-2 stable. Maniflex 59. SRS. Auto thrust blue. Thrust is set. 60 knots, 80 knots, B1 rotates, 2, positive climb, gear up. The right hand turn, ourselves onto our course. Thrust reduced to climb. Keep on by the flight director. That's up. A little bit of turbulence, nothing too much to affect flights particularly. We now brake onto a left-hand turn. Glad it would be last night, Nicholas. Glad you enjoyed it. It's the Jet 273 7800s. There we go, yeah, so hit 250 knots. Speed's now taken over to keep the aircraft constant at 250. 5,000 is the initial climb. I'm going to go break through that, so we shall expedite our climb. Aircraft 4 now. Set everything up so that's continue with our climb. Thank you there, Nicholas, subscribing on Twitch. It's a month, dude. So your flight you've requested, I plan to do it next week, hopefully. Tomorrow I'm going to do the Heathrow scenery version 2 from Indie Scenes. And Monday, Tuesday, I'll try and do the flight you've requested for me, dude. But thank you very, very much. It's a month. 3, 4 now we've done. Yeah, you are a superstar. Right, at this point, the flight plan does now level off. So I'll hand the aircraft over to autopilots and let the systems take care of the rest of the flight. Flight time, 1 hour and 40 minutes today. 1 hour and 40 minutes. At this point, we are passing 10,000 feet. Landing lights can come off and retracted.
Gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000
Flight plan, for the most part, levels off for a bit. Yeah, we'll get to about 15,000 to 16,000 or so, and then we'll switch off the seatbelt signs, ready for the flight. Hairdryer has a weekend. I'm at work this weekend, so not much I can really say. Will I purchase that in VFR A321? No, I will not. I've seen videos of it, I've seen reviews. I'm not a fan, I must admit. I am not a fan of what I'm looking at, so unfortunately, it's an aircraft I will not be picking up. There is a freeware A320 on development. It's actually looking really, really good. I can't remember the developer team behind it, but so yes, something's on the way. Something is on the way. How's my weekend? I'm at work this weekend, so it'll be pretty much normal to any other weekend I'm working. No difference. 2 late shifts, so it's not particularly bad to go on. Start with a bit of a rush, but then things will go quite very quiet towards the evening, especially tomorrow. Here about 8 PM on a Sunday, completely silence. Probably in Berlin for Narita. He left Washington GLS 11 hours ago, so we have 2 hours and 20 minutes left. Yeah, we've got an hour and 40 scheduled for GS6, so we should be landing well before you. Yes, Aerosoft 330 looking very, very good. Also the 350 looking very, very good. There's quite a few good. I see Aerosoft 330 is payware, of course, but the freeware 350, I can't remember the developer again behind that, but there are some really good freeware projects out there. Shame the 777 collapsed, the Pinpoint Sim one, but unfortunately their model got bought out by a payware developer and then just kind of fell apart from there, so that unfortunately happened. There are some really good projects out there, which I'm very much keeping a close eye on. Of course, you've got the Flyby A320, top of the range freeware aircraft, followed by their upcoming A380. You've got the Fenix Sim A320 coming out. Yeah, the MSFS freeware scene's hopefully going to be pretty strong for the next couple of years, so definitely give us support on that. Quality Wings, yeah, did announce they are doing a lot for MSFS, but they've gone a bit quiet as of late. Hopefully, yeah, so they're doing a lot for P3D, updating, just getting the aircraft tweaked and ready, so hopefully something similar for the MSFS side of things. A320 will be freeware, yes, that I'm very excited for. It's been done by easyJet. Hopefully it's going to be a, well, definitely a good release, I hope. We'll definitely do a few flights on that. Haven't started the routes yet. Do I do, like, I mean, the only one that really flies, I believe, is now Iran Air, is it? So do I fly one of their routes, or do I fly something historic? I mean, I probably will fly just Iran Air for the first couple of flights, be like, okay, this is where it flies in real life, and then break out to some of the historic stuff. And it gives you a reason to fly to Iran as well, because it's not a country I'm particularly flying to very often, so yeah, it just gives us a reason to fly there, I guess. Springbok, thank you for the 899 there. Thank you very, very much. You're a superstar, dude. Thank you very, very much. As ever, you've been an absolute superstar on the channel. Always in the chats. Always throwing your money at me, dude. Nah, always appreciated. Thank you very, very much. Not seen updates on the A380 in a while, though. Yeah, so, still in development. They're keeping quiet about it. Hopefully it means that they're going to soon push an announcement or something, but we'll see. So a bit of time left before it comes out. Wonder when the 800 will come. Not sure. Again, there's no dates yet with the 77800 from PM. Well, there is dates from PMDG, but they have announced they are delaying the 600 a little bit while they rebuild the VNAV system on board the aeroplane. So if they delay the 600, or they delay the 8 and 900 as well, that we don't know yet. But hopefully it's looking around September time. I believe it is. They're looking for the release September. Yes, I've seen the Sim A310 coming out for the anniversary updates. Also, there's a DC-3 in there, and there's a lot of aircraft as well. It's quite interesting for me as well in the next updates. So there's a few aircraft in that update which I'm quite excited for. Also, nice to see some free aircraft ready to sim as part of the default package. You know that Ryanair still flies to Dubai. Ooh, interesting. Okay, interesting. Can't wait to fly by A380 and fly from Heathrow's Boston A380 routes. It's quite short fun, I must admit. I was like Heathrow to LAX or Heathrow to Heathrow to Johannesburg and Heathrow to like Bangkok and other Far East places. Anything Boston, like Boston, New York, Washington. I don't think they fly through. I don't know. Maybe they have at some point. I just don't know their routes very often. I think it says, okay, interesting. I'll yeah, give me a shout. So I'll have a look. Give me a shout. Dubai to Heathrow, A380. Yeah, that of course is a famous one. British Airways and Emirates fly that routes. Looking forward to the update for Heathrow Airport from any builds. Going from Marketplace, you have to wait. So yeah, Marketplace updates will always be a bit slower because it's like Steam updates. If you fly games directly from the developer, you get updates quickly. With Steam, you have to wait for them to receive it, process it, review it, upload it, and share it. So same as FSS, you give them the updates, you have to wait for a little while, and then eventually get it out. Before you content for a while, dudes, it's about time to say thank you now. As I said, dude, Springbok, you've always been in chats, you've always had for a chat. Always appreciate it, dude. Always appreciate it. Just realised, well, I'll see what sign. Whoops. Yeah, as long as you're enjoying the content, dude, as long as you're here, enjoying what you're just watching, then you're always welcome. You're always welcome.
The flight crew has turned off the fastest
Now flying over Birmingham. Looking forward for the Heathrow mini builds yet. Also, the A320 will be on Xbox. Yes, it will be on console. London to Sydney. Maybe one day, Dara. Maybe one day. Well, I've done an X-Plane, including the stopover at used to be Perth. I've changed it. It's now Darwin, so it used to be Perth, now it's Darwin. But I have done that route on X-Plane in one go, one sitting, without any sleep. It's a long stream, that. But it was a charity, so it was for a good reason, for a good cause. It was the Red Cross we did it for. Nobody realistic fuel transports. All or nothing. Realistic fuel, we don't do it. And don't forget, in real life, I'm going to fly from Washington Dulles to Frankfurt in a Boeing 747 if time's up. Got to record the premiere for that. Don't know when I'm going to do it or how I'm going to do it. Find 8 hours to feel just constantly non-stop talking, but we'll get there. I'm sure we'll find something to talk about. It looks like it's Singapore to Sydney. Very good. We have 3 reviews going to fly lots of UE and BAW flights. Same. Must admit, I don't remember who does that. Just checking something. Cool. Airbus of the 220th A320. 220 already, 220s, and I've been on 2 of them, Swiss and Baltic. Bus driver, to Australia. Good there, mate. Been a while. It's been a while, dudes. You alright? You alright? How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. How are you doing? I met the other day, actually. It's you and another guy. What's his name? You and there's one other guy as well who used to be very, very active, and he kind of just disappeared one day. Go through screenshots. I've got a screenshot there actually from this person. Just not from Manchester Airport. How many passengers on board? Our passenger count today is 168. 168 passengers on board today. Screenshots. Again, it's probably my favourite feature of Volanta. Just being able to look into other people's simulators, looking into what they're looking at. It's a window to another world. I absolutely love that. Ooh, sorry, that's not louder. 73700. Oh, I like that. That's Venice in the background. Oh, that's good. It's very, very nice. We've got in Serbia. We've got a Serbia A320. Very good. That's going to be in FSX or P3D. Constantine the Great Airport, very good. What else have we got? Anything out in the African continent? We do. We have got a Interflow. Ooh, that's again a lot of Heritage Airlines tonight, this morning. A lot of Heritage. Don't know where they're coming from, but I like it. And again, there's something about this style of livery. I mean, look at the old style livery, the big bold colours, the old style fonts. It's like, look at this. This is the era I wanted to fly in, but sadly never got to. Closest I'll probably get in real life is the older Lot 77400s. I've been on board these aircrafts, and that's probably as close I get to like the classic, like the big bold block colours, the lettering, the style. That's probably as good as I'll get for the for that era of flying. I've got very, very, very vague memories of it. Sadly, nothing I can really remember. What program do you use for mapping pictures? This is Volanta. That's what it's called up here. Volanta. Oops, got a message. Berlin is closed. It's got another hour or so. I'm sure we have plenty of time for someone else to log on. Yeah, I like this tool a lot. Try to navigate the world with stopovers, be traffic stream. Well, we could just do one stopover in Australia and go the other way around back to London or something like that. Pretty do it on 2 stops. Yeah, if you could change the cabin layouts in this aircraft, I'd love that, because if you go to the load manager, that is a first class layout. No airline has that in reality. At least, well, airlines have, of course, but certainly not to extend the regular front wings. Half the cabin's first class. Certainly not within Europe. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that updated. Divert to Helsinki, you can hop on. Bit of a long diversion, that dude. Let's go through the cabin. Let's go see who's on board our flight. Any names you recognise, give us a shout, and we'll have a look. So far, nobody yet. Nope. Nope. No one today. You know, it's like no one gives a shout out of this. Like Captain Scam? In what way, Sonny? In what way? Oh, Captain Sim, yes. I I disagree with that statement, Chess Gamer. Latin VFR 351 is not on a level of Captain Sim. Captain Sim is an embarrassment to Flight Sim. Latin VFR is a fairly fair product. Not particularly a very good one, but I'd say what Latin VFR are doing is basically they're trying to push onto the console market. If they can get people to buy their aircraft for Xbox people just get their aircraft, they get a bit of money. I'd say it was not as bad as it's not great, but at least with Latin VFR, I can see their business sense, not Captain Sim trying to milk us for everything. But yeah, question from Noah: is Captain Sim 7 worth it? No, nothing from Captain Sim has been worth it for the last 5-10 years, unfortunately. That's got London in the background now. There's London Heathrow Airport. Still in the Thames, it's next to the city. We've got Docklands, City Airport's going to do that. Right, so our cruise, cabin in their services now, and yeah, so far so good. So it's supposed to be only an hour and 15 minutes. Got a little while to go until we hit our destination. All tight. That's what I should have done. If Berlin was online, I'd have actually grabbed their information for landing. We'll arrive coming in from Volanta very soon. A Lufthansa A321 Neo, we told us. Yeah, hopefully they'll. Hopefully we'll get someone on later on to do the AC for us alert. 310, 50 knots gusting 20 foot. Quite heavy winds at Berlin. To be fair, I quite like a breeze today. I think that probably is quite soothing. Not easy to walk through, but soothing nonetheless. I'll go to Amsterdam radar very soon, so get our first bout of ATC. Apart from that, so good. Aircraft's performing well. Rapid cruise, passengers are happy, satisfaction 99%. And yeah, we're on our way to Berlin. I want to use that sim because I prefer IVAO. Simple as. I've got one more screenshot to Volanta. To be fair, on the route I'm on, there's more ATC on. So this is Vassen's ATC coverage. You've got Dusseldorf and Heathrow online at the moment. No Netherlands, no Amsterdam, no Berlin. Manchester ground if you wanted that. On the route I'm going through, there's more active ATC right now on IVAO. Amsterdam radar's online. I could Berlin online as well later on. The route at hand. So actually, if I was on both networks, probably a big idea for this one, just has more active ATC in this cruise. Different type in VATSIM, not much for just here. They're just two competing networks for flight sim and ATC. Those are your words, Dutch, not mine. I never really got into the VATSIM community, but I fell into IVAO's one. On their Discord servers, XU, absolutely adore those guys. Welcome, Duck. It's been a while, dude. How are you? Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a while, dude. How have you been? Oh yeah, I will say, I mean, I agree for altitude as well. I mean, altitudes I prefer tenfold over V-Pilot's. V-Pilot's okay, it does its job, but like Auto Unicorn makes your life so much easier when plugging messages, and just UI's cleaner, everything about it's cleaner. I wish the only thing I'd change is to get ourselves a way to set a push torque key to the actual controller. Apart from that, very good software this. Very, very good software. I have thought about looking at Postcon. I must say. Again, their tech is great. They just don't really have anyone flying on it. The problem with Postcons, I think... Again, this is my opinion, but the problem with Postcons is that they took too long in like closed beta that ultimately everyone just kind of forgot about it when they were at their highest a couple of years back. Which is a shame, because from what I've seen, they're a great network. We'll just sign in. I've got an account and everything for it. Which my name doesn't pop up and email address, which it has done. Here we go. Right. So this is kind of Postcon's main menu. As it all loads. I think it's on Firefox because it's more responsive than doing it on Edge. So review, my Postcon users review. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know. Say, if I ever try Postcon, I'd say to people like try it out, check it out with me. At the same time, don't abandon my IVAO because I love that network as well. That Sim ever will be back. Happy on them as well. No grudges, no hates. Just a lot of respect for them. Really? Interesting. I've just got an update from World of Warships. They've separated a few of their things. Interesting. I'll check it out. Here we go. Right, this is Postcon. If I go to their live map, how many people flying at the moment? The answer is they've got 8 pilots and 0 controllers. As much as I want to fly this, they need more users. They really, really do. I mean, the map is smart. I like this map a lot. Very clean, very smart. I like it. It's just too quiet. Way too quiet. It's so lonely. Lonely. Oh, so lonely. I need somebody on my own. Finland's a bit dead during the winter. Finland's a bit dead during the summer on IVAO at least. Oh yeah, I mean, of course, Finland, the land of Santa Claus, the land of Angry Birds and Nokia. You're a winter country. Everyone goes to you in the winter, never in the summer. Right, let's contact Amsterdam radar 125750. Do controls get mad if you can use it? Not particularly. If you say like, hey there, this is Easy 18 Lima Echo. We're new to IVAO, so could you speak slow for us? Like, if you just explain to them or send them a text message like, we're new, can you be slow? Like, tell them you're new, tell them you need help, and they'll help you. Good morning, Amsterdam radar. This is Easy 18 Lima Echo at level 350 inbound red flag.
18 Lima Echo, set squawk 1000.
Set squawk 1000, Easy 18 Lima Echo. Right, 1000.
Lima Echo, hello, identified, maintain level 35.
Maintain level 350, Easy 18 Lima Echo. Don't lie, Elias. You're the worst controller out there. You hate everyone. You shout at them and you wallop them all the time. I don't think I've actually flown your airspace before, haven't I? I don't think I've ever flown through your airspace. At least nothing comes to mind. I must admit. I'm sure at some point we'll change that. I'm sure I'll fly out of Helsinki and just drag you online before me. How did you know? Are they online Poscon as well, are they? Hang on. Okay, if we go back to the Poscon map. Whoops. So I can show you what an active controller looks like on the Poscon map. Actually, I'm a bit off screen, so I don't know if I can show my passport, my details or not. Yes, from Darvax. What about him? What's he up to these days? Let's go to live map. There you go, so yeah, you can see Anton's come online now. So they've, oh, it's you! Yeah, so they glow up white basically, and you can now see them. Ah, oh, very good. So you're going to give ATC to this Ryanair here. Ryanair 9 Quebec Romeo. We've actually done quite a few flights on this single call sign today. Interesting. Where have they been to, sorry? They've been at... They're touch and goes at Heathrow or something, or Ryanair. Interesting. No, they've been flying every morning. Don't know what that is. No airport, sir. Is Pilot Edge alive? Yeah, Pilot Edge is still very much alive, Elias. Still paid subscription. Still very much US focused, but yeah, they are still alive. Oh, can I do call sign changes as well? Oh, I didn't know that. That's very good, actually. Means you can do multiple legs on the same sector without having to disconnect. That's very smart. Like I say, Poscon there, technology is fantastic. You should have a user base to really fly with it. Is the A320 Neo worth it? Which one, Noah? The Latin VFR for MSFS or the Tolis for X-Plane? Because there are very different answers for both. Just fly Poscon once in every while. Bring some viewers to Poscon. Yeah, I'll look into it. I'll certainly try and plan something with it. MSFS? No, it's not, Noah. The Latin VFR. Well. If you're looking for a basic airplane that you can just fly around for a little bit and just have a bit of a laugh, then yeah, probably. If you want a proper kind of high fidelity, high quality simulation product, then no, it's not quite your, it's not to your PMDG levels, that's for sure. Fine, sorry. Why can't we have one ATC provider? We used to, Elias. They were called Satco. We used to. Then the European division and the American division of Satco had an argument, and they split down the middle. So the US division of Satco became VATSIM. The European division of Satco became IVAO. Then the European division split again, so you're left with IVAO.net and IVAO.aero. IVAO.net, they then disbanded and went bankrupt, and they just disappeared after a couple of years. So they no longer exist, IVAO.net. But IVAO.aero, which is the former half of Satco Europe, still exists as IVAO, and VATSIM still exists as the American division of Satco. Not Satco, Satco. So there used to be one major division, one major ATC provider, and then they split and went their separate ways. And to be fair, IVAO splitting separately within their own division is probably what caused their user base to collapse, because you had two IVAOs, .net and .aero. .aero still exists, .net does not. So there were three divisions, VATSIM and two IVAOs, which that was confusing. But one of the VO no longer exists, the other IVAO still does, Vatson still exists, and then Pilot Edge came out with its American focus with realistic ATC with real controllers doing that. Then there was another one, FS Clouds. They existed, they're a separate entity. Not particularly popular, but they still have a few pilots dotted around. But FS Cloud came out, became a service, and then more recently, POSCOM. Could we fuse VATS and IVAO? Probably not. Based on the history, probably not, unfortunately. I'd love to see it, one big mega server with like 2,000 pilots and 300 controllers, but sadly, will not be the case anytime soon. When I go to the States, I go to the States from September 14th to September 21st. September 14th, September 21st. How would you say it takes to learn ATC chatter? Depends on really how quickly you learn Majestic. It's not particularly difficult, it's the same phraseology pretty much every time you fly. Just kind of just learn the pattern of things more than anything else. But yeah, it depends how quickly you learn. Some takes longer than others. 20. Also, my shirt's translucent. Because I use hang on. There you go. That's my background. It's like, yeah. Will the A320 be released anytime soon? Not sure yet. You have to look at Synaptic about that, I'm afraid. Right, so runway 25 left. And this will be on the Ogba 25 left approach. So that's that. What we're going to do, so I know there's a big tail in this one, is we'll get rid of so it's 437, 447. So basically, we'll get rid of that. We'll go from 433 straight to examine. So get rid of 437, 447, 456, straight to examine. So get into security and we're golden. Because I'll approach time down by a few minutes. So far so good, Melbourne Metro. So far so good.
Good day, Lufthansa 464 Heavy, flight level 380. 464 Heavy, Epson radar low, maintain level 380.
Alright, welcome to the Netherlands. So 35 Volta, Europe Share Lines, and Volanta videos. Flying Volanta, you're missing out, Noah. If you go back 2 years ago, Volanta used to fly Boeing 717s. They've retired them now for A319s. They used to have an all 717 fleet, and that aircraft was fantastic. I'll get some photos up for you. So, yeah. There you go. Boeing 717. They have a fleet. They had a fleet of 23 of these, and they were fantastic aeroplanes. sadly, no more. They've all been retired, and I think they're all set for the scrap up. Any more? There we go. Boeing 717. Love this airplane. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's my seat just by the engine. Got any interior shots? Should do. 12th January 2020, the relative dates. 12th January 2020. Yes, I booked this trip kind of a week after I came back from Finland in 2020, Christmas and New Year's time. Here we go, right, so it's a very blurry photo of the cockpits. Got a better photo on the landing. There you go, this is the interior, 2x3 seating. Seat map glued to the back table, tray table, Ryanair style. Yeah, this airplane felt like you're flying another era. It really was. It really was. Yeah, I think any good photos of the cockpit. There you go. So that's the best photo of the cockpits. Glass gauges, very much your MD-80 style overhead panel. Bright green text on the FMCs. It's a great little aircraft. Just flying over some mountains. Some photos somewhere. Mount Etna as well. There you go, Mount Etna. Smoking. Yeah, it was a good trip. It was a good trip. Fly Turkish from Jakarta to Istanbul and then to Venice, and then you fly with Volanta from Venice to Athens. Very nice. Apparently GCA in Germany requires you to speak German. Cool. Yeah, so far so good, Melbourne Metro. So far so good. Current streaming, after work later on, but I am well, thank you. Right, let me do some fixes. So Echo Delta Delta Bravo 25 left. Radius, so cruising at 35, so it's going to be 105 miles. That's correct. EDDB25 left. One at 10 miles. And EDDB25 left. One at 4 miles. I haven't tell us, no. The IVAO training service had a few issues. The website got hacked, stuff like that. So they had. Well, I think it was website. Was it? I think it was. They had a DDoS or something. Basically, their website got taken down by someone, and they just basically had to slowly try and rebuild it to get to normal. So waiting a little bit more, I'm afraid, for that until training can restart. They've got the ATC side of things back up and running. The pilot side's still a bit behind. But the plan is, once they've got it back and running, do the training, and then move on with that, really. Right, we're back in 2 minutes. Back in 2 minutes.
18 Lima Echo, no further AV available, frequency change approved, goodbye.
Free change approved, 18 com 1228 for easy Flight Sim Echo. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Hello again. Back for some more. Plane sent stopped. We're moving. Don't you worry. Just doing stuff. Yeah, so still cruising. 45 minutes to expected arrival. ETA is 11:04 UTC, so just around 12 o'clock UK time. So I'm looking at about 45% still landing. Berlin slowly creeping into the ND now. Hopefully we do get that ATC in Berlin. I'd love to swap. Hey, Berlin are back. Right, that's good. Runway is landing. Going on for 2 minutes. There's no information yet for their runways, but presumably they just landed on 25 right. We're going to Salzburg. give it a few minutes. If there are no updates, we'll drop a message like, hey, yo, what run are we landing at, bro? PC specs, Richard, is all in the description. So I am running a RTX 3080 with an AMD Ryzen 5 3600 processor, 32 GB of RAM, and Windows 10. How many hours have been submitted so far? Too many. Can we look at the logbook from the sim? I don't think we can. I'll try and get a look at the logbook. Someone remind me at the end of the stream, when I do the replays, everyone remind me, check the logbook, and we'll go to logbook in the main menu and have a look at my flight hours and MSFS. Hello, screenshots for the bin. Ooh, screenshot on Berlin. Ooh, very nice. That's their 200th aircraft, is it? Very nice. Dropbacks and the Ryanair 700s. Unfortunately, I can't like that screenshot because it's 700 Ryanair. They don't really operate outside of the UK and Ireland. But you do for corporate flights, that's about it, really. I'll check up top of that. Yeah, if you want to fly a Ryanair 737, wait for the 800s, not the 700. I've got two streams apparently. Have I not put that one yet? Apparently not. Got an A340 going from Munich to Dublin, very nice. I'm going to be an A340 soon. It'll only be an A340-300, but enough times at A340 nonetheless from Frankfurt to John F. Kennedy. And actually, when I go to America, to New York, I will be doing all three New York airports. Let me just log into Flight Radar 24. There you go. So when I fly to America, I'll be flying into or out of. So I'm flying into JFK, out of Newark, sorry, out of LaGuardia, and out of Newark. I've got 3 out of 3 New York airports off the list. Managed to figure out something out of Teterboro, and there's also another airport as well I've recently discovered, like Charlestown or something, just slightly to the north of the city. Also, none of my flight plans touch. So LaGuardia to Boston does not touch Frankfurt to JFK, and Newark to Washington International, Washington Reagan does not touch Washington to Frankfurt, Washington Julius Frankfurt, and yeah, none of the flight plans ever cross. They're all separate paths, no separate routes. Maybe not upload the screenshots. Upload. Oh, they should be quite popular. 8 likes, 7 likes for that one, 6 on departure, 5 at Manchester. It's default window view. You've got the air of London. Where are you landing at? You shouldn't be looking at that and right there, anywhere near London. What are you on? Who is this? 33 Corval. Gonna have to investigate now. 33 Corval. They're offline now. Where did you fly to? No, you don't fly to Heathrow. It's wrong. It's wrong. Also, it's a 700. No. Also, what's that approach? Come on. I don't judge you, but come on, Corval. 9700, alright. This is the aircraft he flies. Heathrow. Do you run episode of Ljubljana? I don't think they do. Don't serve Warsaw shopping, they serve modelling. Come on. No better. There you go, screenshot has uploaded now. well within German airspace now. So far so good. Keep our cruising. Had a few train strikes in Sydney, yes. We've got 3 days of strikes announced the next couple of weeks. July 27th, August the... July 27th, we've got 2 days in August, I can never remember the dates, so we get the calendar up. Aww. What was I going to search for again? Completely forgotten now. Oh yeah, calendar dates for strikes. Been in WhatsApp. Someone else messaged me. Right, so we are on strike the 27th of July, 18th of August and 20th of August. And there's also driver's strike, that's on... Is it next Saturday? No, it's tomorrow, isn't it? Next week. July 30th. Train drivers on strike has left. There are a few strikes on the way. Do I support strikes? Well, I'm a rail worker myself and an RMT union member, so yes I do. I mean, railway workers, we've become the... Again, we're alongside the NHS as the heroes of the country who kept the UK moving during COVID. Now, we're being told that if we want to get better paid jobs, we should have gone to school and done better. I mean, I wasn't a grade A student, but I left school with 11 GCSEs and 4 A levels. Don't know if I really need too much more to get better pay, I guess. But no, we've become really just... I mean, again, the NHS workers, give them a lot of support because they did a fantastic job during COVID with very limited supplies and resources. So, yeah, if they went on strike, if they demanded a pay rise, I'd give it to them. But certainly railway at the moment, we've kind of become the pawns in this fight because ultimately the RMT is without doubt the biggest union in the country, also the strongest, and at the moment it's kick-started a few other unions to strike as well. Mick Lynch is working alongside other unions to try and coordinate their own strikes. So it'll be a summer discontent. Summer discontent. Rio, good morning. What kind of mods to now do you use? Any payware or free? Any idea we can get them? So, Flight Not 2 is for your freeware add-ons, Rio, for aeroplanes and sceneries. All of my streams, my scenery is in description, so check out the description for anything I'm using at the moment. And, yeah, so far so good. As I say, if there's anything you particularly want to ask about, feel free to ask, but all mods I use are in description and streams I do. I do some work from home, true. Normal workers as well, they can now work from home, office workers and normal people, so there's less of an impact. We'll see, we'll see. Do I want to strike? Not particularly. I mean, I'd rather just go to work, do my shift and go home. And that's an opinion shared with most people who work in the railways as well. We don't want to strike, but ultimately, it's the last option we've got. It's the last resource and just, well, do what it needs to do, really. Is it installed Fenix A320 in MSFS? Yep, it's an auto-installer, FlightLab, so very, very simple. The only thing you need to remember is that when you're flying, have the Fenix tool open in the background. Don't have it open, it won't work, so have it open and you're good to go. Why are we striking? It's a pay dispute and job security. So, the government wants to sack a third of Network Rail safety operatives, that's 2,900 workers. And in return, if they sack 2,900, they'll give us a 3% pay rise, which is pittance. So, the RMT are pushing for, I think it's 7 or 8%, compared to 11% inflation, going up to 13% now. And also, they're trying to fight to have 0 sackings within the next, within the next year. So the government wants to get rid of 3,000 railway workers in the next year. RMT saying, no, we don't want that, everyone stays. I mean, you look at the what's the name of the crash in Scotland? Greg Rail, something like that. The one there's two crashes recently. There was one in Scotland, which was caused by a faulty water drain that caused a landslide that caused the train to crash into it down a bank. And also, a couple of months ago, there's that collision in a tunnel in Essex. So, the train. So, one of the trains was past approaching a red signal. Driver applied the braking, no slowdown. So, driver pressed the emergency brake. Still no slowdown because the track was covered in this greasy leaf mixture that ultimately gave it no friction. Salisbury that's the one. And yeah, train was hit a patch of wet leaves on the track, which were crushed down to a mush. Most of the rails were really slippy, and ultimately the train just slided along the track and then collided to another one in the tunnel. The reason that one was because there was a train that was supposed to pass through something like 30 minutes beforehand to clean the rails, but because Network Rail had to cut down the number of checks they forgot to do it, and ultimately the crash happened. So we had 2 crashes in the last 2 years where the answer was more frequent checks, more railway workers performing safety checks, and the government wants to sack 3,000 safety workers, a third of their entire force, which means less frequent checks and less people to do it. So that's all I can say, really. You can't recommend one thing and then completely throw it out the window. How's London airports at the moment? Also not great. 2 days ago, Gatwick Airport ran out of water and they had only 2 functioning toilets in the entire airport. Heathrow, still very much got a problem with their ground crews at the moment because they have enough workers trained to actually do ground handling and security checks. Yeah, it's summer of discontent is what I can say. No prior planning to get workers back in action ready for work. And now it's all going downhill, the transport sector. I hope for recovery, I really do, because I travel a lot myself, both on the railway and on aeroplanes, so I do hope for a quick recovery. At the moment, not looking likely. But people strike, not necessarily Melbourne. In the UK, people are actually quite supportive of railway strikes. Ultimately because, one, they can now work from home, so there's less of an issue actually getting to work, and 2, yeah, because it's kickstarting a fight for the working class to receive better pay and work conditions. I mean, the railways on strike at the moment, it's encouraged a lot of other unions to start their own strikes as well and start their own balloting, so it's going to have a roll-on effect, a knock-on effect that will last the next couple of months. In Dublin Airport, it's absolute chaos, lack of experience. Oh, that's great, Manic, because my next flight is to Dublin in like 2 weeks. So hopefully I won't have any problems with that. Cabin tour, we're about to hit top percent down there, so we'll do a quick one. This is the back of the aeroplane. Back galley in by the curtain, there's your toilets, toilet on the other side. 3x3 seating, each with tray table and seat back pocket. Overhead bins for every seat, got your air conditioning and lighting panel and no smoking sign. If you go down towards the front of the aeroplane, let's speed things up a little bit. There's that little dotted patched effects on the walls. There's your front galley, you've got your trolleys, heating units, cupboards for storage. Slowly pull to the front. And the toilet on the left by the cockpit door. Coffee machines, coffee makers for drinks. A couple of jump seats for cabin crew. Yeah, it's Airbus, unlike Boeing, you have a partition for the back, no extra galley space back here. There you go, that's your quick cabin tour. Right, so we need to start our descent shortly, which means we're going to set up our approach now. So runway 25 left, we need to descend down to switch to the ATIS. Okay, arrive runway 25 left, 25 right. So yeah, both runways active for arrivals, that's fine, then we'll go 25 left. Right. So now it's 3,000. No Josh, no beta, this is Sim Update 9. Needs a stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, a quick update from the flights deck. We are just starting our top descent now into Berlin, and we should be landing in approximately 30 minutes or so. Quick updates on the weather for you. Right now we are looking at fairly strong winds of 15-20 miles per hour, a few gusts as well, but some clouds reported in the area, 20 degrees centigrade, no rain currently being reported. The weather actually not looking all that bad. Quite similar to Manchester actually, just a bit windier, a bit cooler. But we hope you enjoyed the flight so far. If you need to use toilets, please do so now, as we'll be circling on the aircraft soon for our approach and landing into Berlin. Thank you. Okay, starts off at about 7 miles early, it's not the end of the world. Motion delta, so it's 290, 18 knots, plus 10 visibility, scatter 3,300, 20 centigrade 2.8, QNH 1017, with the wind soon reports 290, 15 knots, gusting 25, so have a bit of fun with that later on. I'll probably wait for it to come out public, just because beta's, well, there's been a very good beta so far, but you never know what may throw in a crash or a problem, error, so yeah, probably wait for it to go public and then I'll have a look at it myself. Uh, 77 really fits the narrow body type, way more narrow than the Airbus, and you squeeze in a crowded aeroplane. True. Yeah, Airbus is slightly roomier in the cabin, slightly wider, slightly bigger. Not sure about Toolbar Pushback not working, Nadodo. My one seems to work. Again, I've never had a problem with Toolbar Pushback, it works an absolute charm. What to suggest, reinstall it. Back another 2 minutes, BRB. Hello again. Right, more drag. Nope. Okay, a little bit of drag required. Also do our approach reference into Berlin. So we need to vacate at reference. Look at vacating. We might throw Mach 5, so we'll go Mach 3 a bit further on. About 2/3 of the runway. Estimated landing weight is going to be. Landing weight estimated at 65.3, so I'll plug it in now. So it's Berlin, runway 25 left. Dry condition, actually, we'll say good conditions because it's a bit windy. We'll pull the winds from the observer. Landing weight 65.3. So that's our estimated with extra runoff. Max reversers, low braking, flaps are full, manual landing, all thrusters are on. So all throttles on. Yeah, that's fine. So low braking should do it quite nicely. Spoilers. Passing through 20,000 feet, slot level 200s. Put Berlin's frequency on. Ooh, Berlin ground online. Thank you very much. 120.03 for tower. Ground, once we're on their frequency, be 121.855. That on. You know what? We'll bet on VHF2. I've never used VHF2, don't know why. 121.855. I don't actually use it because it's capable of doing it. So if I do that, and if I want to switch to that's, so if I do that, I'm on tower frequency. Berlin 121.03. I then do that, switch to VHF2, 121.855 is the active, and that's Berlin. Ah, hang on. Okay, we're too far different, but yeah, that should be able to come to, in theory. Right, so destination data, I've done that yet, haven't I? Smoking space. Right, Berlin. QH is 1017. Temperature is 20 centigrade. Winds 290.18. Transition 5000. Our minims today. Our position right now. Minimums today is 349. Some of the radios. We have got Brandenburg 11410 on the VOR. So activate that. There we go, 27 miles as the crow flies. That's my very first route in the Phoenix. I was sure I was into Berlin on its very landing, on its very approach. Where did I depart from? If I go to Berlin. Was it Manchester? Oh, it was. I didn't realise. Oh no, hang on. I did it twice. Really? 20th November. Oh, now's a return flight. Okay. Let's see. When did it release? The 320 Neo, 320 Neo, 320 Neo, 320. It was Luton to Berlin, so it was this one that. Yeah, this one I flew on the release day. The Phoenix. That's the one. That's Luton to Berlin. quite a heavy touchdown because I didn't quite get. Yeah, it's quite a heavy touchdowns. I was still learning the flyby, flare law 460 and 12Gs. Yeah, that's the one. Very first time flying the Fenix that came out on release date. Just got the screenshots. Just got the City of Berlin on my right hand side now. Seatbelt signs on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fastest seatbelt sign. Please turn to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
There's Berlin Tegel, may it rest in peace. Got POS senior for it and everything, and now the airport's closed. Can't even fly there anymore. Yeah, fair play to Guy Sim. They managed to push out a freeware within the space of like a month of the airport's closure. Good business there. We got a few flights out of Tegel. It was very good airports. Flew there once in real life as well. Flew from Heathrow to Tegel about 2 weeks before it closed. So by the time I got there, all shops were closing down, very few businesses were still running. Yeah, the airport was a ghost town. Good airport though. I had no issue with it. It did its job. Got me home, got me there. Flew in October 2020, so that was kind of just... It was when the lockdowns kind of first relaxed a little bit before going up again for Christmas. That's Berlin Tempelhofer. That's the original airport of Berlin, centre of the city. Closed in 2008. Correctly. Whereby clear cookies. If it's loading all the time, clear cookies. It does that sometimes. It just needs to update. So clear the cookies, you'll be fine. There's a Eurowings done as well, coming from Nicole and very soon for us. We've got a who are they? The Russia Airlines going from Prague to Helsinki. Very good. So yeah, we'll be landing behind this. Eurowings, be sure to keep on their flight path.
We have begun our final descent into Berlin. Flight attendants will
lights
pass
on.
select every craft one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat button.
Speed all locked to knots. And also that takes the approach phase. Spoilers armed. So minimum approach speed 139, landing at 134. So on our side, my most liked screenshot was on Volanta. It's this one, the British Airways 787-10 over south of Ireland. Not my favourite screenshot ever, the colour's a bit off, but it's not a bad screenshot. Second most liked is the KLM 748, going from Amsterdam Schiphol to Juliana. Third most liked is an easyJet, going from Copenhagen to Gatwick, I think this was. Yeah, Copenhagen to Gatwick. Favourite aircraft to fly, either this or the Fenix A320 or the PMDG 737-700, soon to be 800 when it comes out. Okay, it's quite interesting. So we're coming in a slightly shorter approach path. The tower disconnected. It's really annoying now. Okay. Can I see the more transponder? The Eurowings? No, I can't. 15 miles to my left. See, that's low, so we're gonna have to. There they are. Right. Okay. Changing our route slightly. Go back to the original start. I'll get in quickly. Background, performance, arrival. No, don't turn left. IS25 left. Turn. Right, okay, right, do it manually. Only because. What's the course? Right. Radio performance. No, radio navigation. Hey Google. 244 minus 180. 64. So we're heading 64. Come back around. Because yeah, they're basically in a position ready to land, so we're not going to get in their way. So 017 sets. They're crossing now, just somewhere behind the clouds. There they are. Super into the clouds, but I have got a visual of them. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator's easy. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, so when ready, I'll make a right hand turn, basically fly directed turn in, get us back on the approach path for Berlin. Have some clearance now between us and the traffic in front. Hey there, Captain Pony, how you doing? Welcome to the channel on the chat. How you doing today, dude? Reduce down to 230 knots. Down to 220, so use flaps. Yeah, don't forget rate landing. Never forget, dude, you never forget. If you guys want to have a few guesses, feel free to. You're more than welcome to. That's one. Let's grab FlightControlReplay. So we do our passenger view for landings. Welcome, I'm Zombie, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Sad and so, dude. How are you? 5, yeah, that is correct. The guns would appear. On this occasion, they haven't. How do I like Berlin? It's a great city. I've been here a couple of times in real life. I like it. I do like it. There's a third aircraft coming to land now as well. Oh, hang on, they've established runway 23 right. So actually, we didn't need to do that diversion because they're going on the other runway. But I have noted there's another aircraft that's just popped in now from Munich, and there's another one coming behind me. Okay, right. It's going to get very, very tight all of a sudden because we're on final, and they're probably going to try and. What actually they at? They're at 11,000. So they're going to fly the Airbus. Fine then. They're at 20,000. Yeah. Okay, no, that's fine. So landing on the right, landing on the left. I think. There you go. Diamonds are starting to appear now. So let's get ourselves to localizer soon. Tune to Berlin Tower now. Bit windy, bit gusty, but nothing the aircraft can't handle. FTI PC is a mod that basically allows you to sim to load external mods, as opposed to using SimConnect, which is like another. It's an alternative to SimConnect that some add-ons use and require. Spell, how are you doing? Welcome channel, these chats, and documentaries. Not too bad myself. How are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so let's hit the hand cam. Shift slightly has it. There we go. Airports in sights. Both diamonds are now on the screen and visible. There's another aircraft inbound. Doing flight from Land to Orlando. What should we be doing? Hasselblad 77. Glad you found it handy, dude. Glad you found it handy. Always appreciate the kind words. Thank you very much. Now, ready for a pro landing, hopefully. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be again, what's 21 knot winds, but they are gusting variable headings, so I'm not expecting smooth this landing ever. Nice little bump or two on the way down. So allow the LNAV to make the final heading for us. Pretty much as soon as we're in that next waypoint, just go to approach mode. So altitude is now meeting. Heading is now meeting. Let it meet in the middle. Reduce to 200 knots. Approach mode arms, dual AP active. High slope and localizer green. Good afternoon, Berlin Tower. This is Easy 18 Lima Echo, establish runway 25 left.
18 Lima Echo, Berlin Tower low, wind is 32 lift 18 knots, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 25 left for Easy 18 Lima Echo, thank you very much. Right, so clear to land on the runway, continue our descent, continue approach. Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
012, wake it at the runway. Eurowings 012, straight ahead on Victor 4 and contact Hamburg apron 121855, second flying by. Proceed ahead to Victor 4 and then contact 121-855 backup.
That's 2. That's full. Ken, how are you doing? You're up here for landing. Oh, welcome, dude. What are the moats? Shrek roll. Yeah, it's a 90 knot crosswind at the moment, so the aircraft's fighting deadly for it. We'll take over main control shortly. Definitely fighting today. Come on, 320. Yeah, high expectation, you better not disappoint. Don't you worry, dude, will definitely be disappointing today. Yeah, it can't be too bad. Shan't be too bad. Mitigation altitude sets. Alright, gear down, 3 greens, flap set, spoilers on, cabin secure, landing clearance received, pre-land checks complete. Let's continue. Through 1,000. There's your IKEA, because every airport has to have an IKEA outside of it. It's a known fact of life. Also, deactivates my aeroplane.
$500.
Definitely have to put a bit of push to the to right there. Come on.
$50, $40, $30, $20, retard.
Throttles. Reverse sets. $100 knots. 80 knots. 60 knots versus cuts. Actually, can we actually vacate Mach 3? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Berlin. Don't forget, we have got a route planned landing, so if you want to see that landing from the passenger perspective, then feel free to stick around to the very end. And that will be the passenger's view of the landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Berlin. The local time is 1:09.
Easy 18 Lima Echo has vacated runway 25 left.
Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain
Easy 18 Lima Echo, welcome to Berlin. Right on Alpha and contact Hamburg April 121-855. Bye.
Right on Alpha, and then contact ground on 121-855 for Easy 18 Lima Echo. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Which one's Alpha? Should know that, shouldn't I? Charts, probably the one I've just passed. So it is. Yes, I'm going to be very cheeky. Go around that. Yes, Fenix 320, definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. Now ignore me while I push myself back to the right on Alpha and then contact ground. Right, tune frequency, VHF2. Hello there, Berlin grounds. This is Easy 18 Lima Echo requesting taxi to the gate.
Easy 18 Lima Echo, Berlin Apron, taxi to gates Bravo 13 Alpha via Alpha and Victor 2.
Taxi to the gate Bravo 13 Alpha via Alpha and Victor 2 for easy 118 Echo. Thank you very much. Let's grab the taxi charts for stands. Right, so it's Bravo 13 Alpha. That's Charlie. There's Alphas, Bravos. Cool. That was via Victor 2. Cool. Okay. So it's going to be this taxi white note. Don't ignore me. Carry a bit further. It's the far taxiway. So we're on Alpha now. I can left into Victor 2. Bravo 13 Alpha. There we go. Yes, I'm documentary. I've got Discord, link in the description. Thank you, XDN from China. Thank you for supportive words. Yeah, like I said, landing wasn't the best, but I'll take it given the wins. Better than 747 landing in Lisbon. We don't talk about my 747 landing at Lisbon. We don't talk about that. Sense line, nah, not in that crosswind, I'm afraid. DT, not in that crosswind. We did drift slightly to the left of sense line, but it's not the end of the world. Right, so let's keep that for our stand. Bravo 13 Alpha. Some of those dual stands, trying to squeeze 2 aircraft, 2 in at a time. 16, 15, 14. Start the APU, should start that now quickly. Takes lights off. Yeah, so it means that we can basically put into a stand without having to use the jet bridge stairs come to the airplane and our passengers disembark. Do these things work? I don't remember at Berlin. The answer is no, they do not. Alright, parking brake sets. APU wait for that to start. Leave the lead in place. Yeah, it's very end of the stream now. Airline, this is the end. Passengers disembark the airplane and then make way to the stands, to the gates, to the terminal. APU starting. Where's the APU gauge? It's going to be that one, I presume. One end APU. Well, that's stabilising now. Percentage power is increasing. That should take over in a second. And as soon as it does, engine can switch off. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Berlin. Local time right now is 1:15. Temperature at 20 centigrade with the... Well, welcome to Berlin, I guess. We hope you enjoyed the photos on board today. We hope you enjoyed the... I hope you stayed on the journey. And we hope to see us again in the very near future. Camera crew, this handles cross-check please. Thank you very much for flying with us today. That was a terrible, terrible message. Right. Stairs, stairs, doors, doors. Passengers now deboarding. Slowly. Now we're off the airplane. Not a bad flight that. Not bad flights. I left on landing lights. Yes, I did. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Can I both have number entry for his copy? It's the person in seats to Charlie 3 can speak to you. Laura regards back placing surgery. Wasn't that bad, was it? Was a touchdown rate. Any rate was. It was a 181, 1.02 Gs. They didn't feel any of that. They felt none of that. Right, so we'll finish recording the replay. We will end flights on PACX, menu end flights. So U2 1895, 320 from Manchester to Berlin, 134, planned departure 29, flight 34, so a little behind departure, but landed on time, 168 passengers, 93 satisfaction, landing rate 183, got time 153. I'll drop the flight report in chat, so those with a bit more detail, feel free to do so. Yeah, I was flying into Lisbon yesterday. We'll talk about that one. Did not give me the report. There we go. There you go. Right, Easy 118 Echo, Switching over to Unicom, thank you for the service. You guys have been fantastic. Bye bye.
Easy 18.
Oh, we just talked. Oh, I've lost him forever. Why did you let that talk so much? Disconnect from the server. Let's switch the aircraft up for replay. So going to be panel states. If it's ready, activate ground services, close all the doors, get rid of the ground services, and then we can do the replay. Now time for a billion replays from every single position fathomable. You're not wrong there, Kin. You're not wrong. Shut flaps down to full position as per the requirements. Wait for extra start time to get the PTU to spawn us. Cool. Right, A320 Berlin 4. So our fourth landing at Berlin since the inception of replays. I'm pushing it down that much, really. Not too bad. Right, let's do this. Landing from the right hand side. A little bit closer to the airport, I think, because we're still miles out. There we go. How many hours in total? We'll check that in a second. On documentaries, do a few replays, and then sometimes we check the logbook. So have a look at the logbook. Total flights hours on Volanta. That reads at 965 hours on Volanta. Check what MSFS has specifically for our flight hours. Hello IKEA. Because again, every airport in the world just has to have an IKEA sitting outside of it. It's the law. No one knows why. It just have to be that. The nearest one to Heathrow Airport's probably the one in Wembley. The large one as well. Yes, land documentaries. Feel free to ask any questions you want. Anything you possibly want. Those aren't spoilers. Those are they spoilers? They should be spoilers. No, they're actually they're meant to be wing inputs. They're just a bit slow. Yeah, they're wing inputs. There we go. Honestly, apart from the potential wing dip, right, the left hand side's going to be quite interesting. Do we strike the wing on the ground? Does the aircraft definitely push to the left slightly? I did have to push a bit more to the right to keep it going down steady. How do you know to set up Concords? I've read the tutorials and the basic startup things it comes with, like most people should do. Right, landing from the left. Now on AG to a hard landing. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. It's pretty good, all things considered. your Autobahn. Definitely the engine's fighting at the moment. Just to keep the aircraft at steady speed. 5 degree for one denial. Says touchdown. The wing's nowhere near the ground. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Still find a turbulence at this point. Yeah, that was nowhere near the ground. Right, let's do landing gear view. I'd love to see the suspension at this point, so as that dip towards the very end. Steady. Now losing that steadiness. Come on, Drawyah, fight the wind. There's the dip. Welcome, Eric. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to chat. Yeah, definitely off to the left there. Oof. I've done smoother. I've definitely done smoother. One more replay from the side of the runway. To the touchdown zone. That's definitely not a 9 out of 10 though. It's definitely not a 9 out of 10. Wasn't that bad, debatable. There we go. Bit of crabbing, bit of pushing, bit of adjusting, bit of keeping the aeroplane pointing towards the runway. I will say, MSFS has done a lot better with its wind simulation. Not quite X-plane level yet, but it's definitely getting there. Definitely getting there. I think Fenix with external flight dynamics does give it a helping hand. So yeah, that was landing at Berlin. So take a look at our logbook, shall we? Let's load. Something's still buzzing in there. I don't know what it is. I'm ready to get apart at some point. Have a look. Whoops! Oh, I love it when that happens. Yeah, because the flight dynamics are done externally. Hang on, quickly go back to hang on. Okay, this is our logbook. So total hours: 583 hours in Microsoft Flight Simulator, of which 476 were in the daytime and 57 hours in the nighttime. We've done 295 daytime takeoffs, 4 nighttime takeoffs, 622 nighttime landings, and then 433 nighttime. So daytime landings 622, nighttime landings 133. Got more landings than takeoff somehow. But yeah, that's our that's how I got 533 hours in the logbook. Now can we try and track our aeroplane down in the hangar? That's it. It's still moving. Core in space. I've got look at very interesting. Should not be doing that, that's for sure. So this is what an A320 looks like. Whoops! It's moving. Hang on. There's only one thing I can do now to end the stream. Not echoing space. It's going to have to be DP space. There we go. There we go. This is it. I'm up in space, man. Up in space, man. I've searched around the universe. Yeah, whatever. Right. Imagine just tuning in now. You'd have no idea what's going on. Sam Ryder, sorry, with Spaceman. Great song for Eurovision. Absolutely adore that song. We're heading to the International Space Station. This is part 2 of the stream. We're going to the International Space Station. Right, well. That's that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Leave a like if you did. Do subscribe if it's already. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you soon with some more flights in action. Take care. Have a good one. See you, buddy, just join. Well, you get no context, dude. This is all you're getting. This is all you're getting. Take care. Bye-bye. I can't wait to come to Space Program 2. When that comes out, I'm straight on it. Look at us go.